Muerte, the Soul Eater. Today's guest goes by many names, but you probably know him most commonly as the Grim Reaper. Or just plain Death. On today's episode of the channel for the recently deceased, Death takes a holiday to sit down and chat with me about his history, his occupation, and to set the record straight on a few things. Mr. Death, welcome to the show.
The pleasure is all mine.
Now, I know you got appointments to keep. You've been in the news a lot lately, so I won't take up too much of your time.
Yes, approximately 120 people die every minute worldwide. And every minute I'm here talking to you, they don't.
Well, those 120 folks can thank me later. Now, Death, how did you get into this line of work?
Well, my origins can be traced back to the 14th century and the Black Plague, a time period I know you are quite familiar with.
Oh, yes.
I emerged as a personification of death to help people cope with the concept of widespread mortality.
Now, you see, I'm confused because I thought you were attributed to the Greek god Kronos.
Nay, that is a common mistake. I am not directly based on the god Kronos, spelled with a K, the father of Zeus, but the association comes from the confusion between him and the personification of time, Kronos, spelled with a CH. While Kronos with a K was a titan associated with the harvest and the cycle of seasons, Kronos, CH, is the personification of time, whose relentless passage leads to death. That's me. Over time, the names Kronos and Kronos became easily confused, leading to a merging of their attributes, and thus I was born. My current image of a Grim Reaper with a scythe was developed during the Renaissance, like I said before, to help humanity understand death. Artwork like the Dance Macabre solidified my image, showing skeletons leading people from all walks of life in a dance, emphasizing that death is impartial.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, you decided to keep the scythe, but lose the hourglass.
Yes, I have an Apple Watch now. It is much lighter.
So, walk me through a day. You wake up, you get dressed, you go downstairs, eat breakfast, kiss someone goodbye, and then you show up, and what happens next?
I help them cross over. Think of me as an escort.
I'd rather not.
Not that kind of escort. I help them cross over to the other side.
Ah, to the other side, whether it's heaven or hell?
Correct. I can change my visage depending on the passenger. For example, if a person lived a pious life, I can appear with wings.
Like the angel of death.
Exactly. Or even resemble a deceased loved one. And on the flip side, if a person lived a life of evil, I can appear as frightening as I want as I drag them to hell.
And what if they refuse to go to either place?
Then they become earthbound ghosts, and you should know something about that. Tell me, why do you hang around that model in the attic? Are you afraid of getting your passport stamped? Don't know where you'll end up?
Hey, look, aside from picking the pockets of a few corpses during the Black Plague, which I only did to survive, mind you, all right? I wasn't such a bad guy, okay? And besides, where were you when I died?
I knew you would refuse to cross over. So I simply left you the handbook, which led you to draw a door.
Wait, so you send the handbook for the recently deceased?
Only if a person has unfinished business.
Oh, I do. I'm just trying to get somebody to marry me.
Well, you did, and look how that turned out.
Somebody else. She's, kind of clingy. If only I could find someone who, understands me, you know what I mean?
That's not my department. You'll have to take that up with Cupid.
So, GR, there's been a lot of versions of you in pop culture. The movies Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey and Meet Joe Black come to mind, as well as TV shows like Dead to Me. But do you have a favorite?
Yes, I'm fond of the 1957 Swedish film The Seventh Seal, written and directed by Ingmar Bergman. In the film, a knight returns from the Crusades to find the country ravaged by the plague. Delightful. He then encounters death, me, whom he challenges to a chess match, believing he can survive as long as the game continues. It is one of my 4 favorites on Letterboxd. But I also quite enjoyed the Twilight Zone episode titled Nothing in the Dark, starring the late, great Robert Redford, who plays a character named Harold Belden, who is a gentle version of me. He appears to a reclusive and fearful old woman, played by Gladys Cooper, to show her that there is nothing to be afraid of. And that is true. For most people. Anyhow, those are the 2 most accurate depictions of death I've seen in your popular culture.
So are you ready to answer some questions from our listeners now?
The clock is ticking.
All right, here we go. This first question is from @NickVincentBarbara, who asks, does the Grim Reaper ever get tired of his job?
Tired, yes. In fact, you could say I get dead tired, but not as tired as I am of this interview.
All right, our next question comes from @CharmLennyBoney, or Bonnie, who asks, what's your opinion on necromancy? That's a good question. Can the living communicate with you before it's their time?
I've always found it interesting that people continue to try. Necromancy is sort of like the social media for the dead, you see. Like Facebook, as you might say in the mortal world. So many people try to contact the dead that it's just like contacting your old relatives who are nearly dead on Facebook. It's not impossible. They'll just respond once every month.
So they can slip into your DMs, is what you're saying?
You could say that.
All right, and our last question is from Miss_Packerette, and she asks, simply, are you happy? And then she says, I hope the Grim Reaper can be happy too. That's very sweet.
That's very kind of you, Miss Packer, or whatever your name was. It's nice of you to say that, but I will have you know that flattery and bribery don't work on me. I'm still coming for you.
So be good, for goodness sake. Whoa, somebody's coming. It's this guy. Well, Mr. Death, I don't want to take up any more of your time, but before we go, you wanted to set the record straight on something?
Yes, on 2 matters. First, you introduced me as he at the start of the interview. And while that might be my pronoun in many English-speaking traditions, in cultures where the word for death is feminine, such as in French or in Spanish, I am often depicted as female, because I am a symbolic entity of death. My gender is a matter of creative interpretation.
Noted.
Secondly, and this message is for high school principals, stop scaring the shit out of your students by having a teacher dress up as me on prom night. Let them have their fun. Give the keys to someone else and let them have their punch.
Well, thanks so much for sitting down with me today.
Are you sure you want to shake my hand?
I'm already dead, remember?
Oh, of course.
Hey, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and share the video. And until next time, never trust the living. Bye.
Forgot my side.